you were the secretary, right?
Secretary, treasurer.
Yeah, secretary.
Can I throw something in
Brother
there?
Branham. And from
My
what
father.
year? From what year to what year? When did you start as treasurer?
58.
58.
Oh,
Brother Mike Egan was his father-in-law.
Yeah.
He knew that.
Yeah.
he saw that when he was here. He tried to explain it to me.
Okay.
He couldn't.
Really?
He had all
Okay.
kind of crazy ideas as to what it was.
Right.
Brother Branham says it's a reflection of the pillar of fire from up there.
And what was taking place? Yeah.
He's saying amen.
Okay. This is the crucifix that Brother Orgenbright made for Brother Branham. He had this made from olive wood from Israel. And so this is original. This was what Brother Branham, or had it here while Brother Branham was here. There's a little light on the ceiling, and there's a switch on the back of the pulpit Brother Branham had installed. So when he would have altar calls, he would flip that switch, and it would shine on the crucifix during the altar call. So that was kind of a neat thing. This pulpit here was built in '63. So when they redone the church in '63, so Brother Branham used this from that point on. The original pulpit that floated to the ceiling during the 37 flood, we have it at our other location where we have our Sunday services now at the YFYC building. Because our congregation is too large to get everybody in the tabernacle, we have our services at another location. I don't know if anybody's seen that. I know Sister Israel has. But anyway, we still want to use the tabernacle because it's very important to us. And so we have our silent prayers on Mondays and Wednesdays here still at the tabernacle so that people can come and use the tabernacle. And then the add-on to the tabernacle was from this aisle over. So this is the section that was added on in 1963. So the original tabernacle was from here this way. So that aisle right there was the center aisle, and the pulpit used to sit right in front of that center aisle right there, which is right in front of the baptistry. But everything kind of shifted over when they added the new section.
Yeah, that little post was the wall.
Yeah, where the posts are right here. Right about right here was where Brother Way was sitting when he passed away. And you can hear it on tape, but anyway, he fell over. He was sitting in a folding chair, from what I understand, right in this area. And he fell over, passed away on the floor, and then Brother Branham come down and prayed for him, and he come back to life. So, okay. And we'll go in this way. Actually, won't take that long, but everybody can come on in. And we'll still have some time once we go through the office, and you guys can take pictures out there at the platform if you would like to, or in the auditorium. This room was used as a Sunday school room, and again, this is part of the add-on, so this would have been from '63 on. Our little sound room that we have control of the sound is right off of this room here, and then it has a little window there that they can see out, but everybody else can't see back in. It's kind of a one-way window that the people in the sound room can see what's going on. So they can control the mics, and then they would control what tape we were listening to and everything like that. And then that was also where all the recordings from '63 on would be taking places in this room as well. So the recording as well from in there. This room was also used for foot washing. For the brothers, they would line up at this door here, and then we just put seats around the exterior with the foot washing tubs. And then you couldn't get everybody in here, but as one would get done, then they would go back out, and then the next one would come in until everybody was done. But this is where the brothers did. Now the sisters would be in this room here, and then the one on the room on the other side of the baptismal, which we'll go through in just a second. And they would line up at the other door on the other side where it goes into Brother Branham's office. That's where the sisters would line up for the foot washing. And we'll let you see the sound room real quick. This is where, that's of course where all the recordings were taking place, and then the sound is all being controlled. They have a speaker in here that is the same as what's being played out in the audience, so that way they can tell exactly how loud the sound is and everything, and so they can raise and lower it if need be, so they can hear everything in here as well. There was a counter that went around the whole room at one time, and they would allow people to bring their tape recorders in and plug them in and record the services if they wanted to. People there, so there's multiple times that people would have multiple recorders going, which kind of made it nice, because what would happen on the reel-to-reels, everything was reel-to-reel at that time, and when they would get to the end of one side, they'd have to flip it over. Well, there would be a segment that they would miss, and so somebody else's would flip at a different time. So we could take those two tapes, and then we could find the section from one that was missing and fill in the gaps. So it made it really nice. Sometimes you'll hear that noise or the tone change when you're listening to a tape, and that's a lot of times what it is.
Okay.
Was this part of the add-on too?
This is part of the add-on.
So where was it before?
Prior to that, the room right here that we're getting ready to go into, they had the sound right there, and then sometimes they would be right here at the corner of the platform with the recorder, and actually recording from right here at the corner. So prior to this room being built, so we can head on into that room straight across there if you want. Okay, like I said, this is one of the rooms that the sisters would use for the feet washing. Also, this is used for the getting ready for the baptismal for the sisters.
Okay.
So they would come in here. We have the baptismal robes in here for the sisters, and with all the different sizes just lined up for the little girls on up. And so they can come in here and get ready for baptismal. This is some of the old communion. This little piece of equipment here, or not equipment, but furniture here, was some of the original. I mean, this is very, very, very old. Brother Branham used it way back, as far as I can see pictures of it. They had this little stand, and this is some of the glasses and that they had, the little cups. Now, originally they did have a common communion cup, and this is where they would keep some of the communion wine and different things in this little cabinet, and they would have a common. But because so many of the people that came to the tabernacle were sick and would have tuberculosis and all kinds of different diseases, that they finally decided that they would go to the individual cups just for that purpose. Yeah. They would also use this room for people to sit in all the rooms. When Brother Branham had big services, they would put chairs wherever they possibly could. So some people would sit in here. They'd also use this as a Sunday school room, as well as that room there was used as Sunday school room for the children. So, and then next is the baptismal. Everybody can kind of file in, and I'll stand over here. Watch your head. Okay.
Okay.
everybody? Okay, this of course is our baptismal. The only thing that we have changed in here is we've added the tile, the blue tile, make it a little bit easier for cleaning and that. It was just concrete that was painted blue initially, but this is the original baptismal. This is where Brother Branham baptized. And we still use this baptismal for all of our baptisms. So anybody wants to be baptized, we bring them back here to the tabernacle. We fill the pool, takes about 20 minutes, and we baptize them here. We keep it emptied now just to kind of keep the humidity levels in the tabernacle down because of the wood walls and everything, and I keep dehumidifiers in the tabernacle just to keep the humidity levels down. Now, what they would do during a baptismal, and still do, is we have a deacon at this corner, and he pulls the string which opens up the curtains. The audience can look in and see the mirror, and then watch the baptismal through the mirror. So it works really well.
Makes sense now.
Yeah. But that's how they would watch the baptism.
Oh, that's wonderful.
If you look at the ceiling, there's a little pipe coming out with a rope.
Yep.
That goes to the bell that's on the roof. And Brother Branham would have that bell would ring 30 minutes prior to service, and then just as service would start for every service. And we continued to do that after Brother Branham left. Every service that we had here at the tabernacle, we would always ring that bell. So right now we're not having services, but if we ever do, we'll continue. We'll ring that bell again. So he talks about it on tape. You know, you hear that
Yeah,
bell.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
away, so.
Yeah.
Is it the same bell that they brought to Swords?
No, so the one that it still waters is the one that came from Hattie Wright's place, and it was a little bit smaller bell, but that was where that bell came from, and we still have that. It still waters. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
the next little room, file in there from him.
You'll need to be in this room right now.
Okay, this room here is where the men will come to get ready for baptismals. And we have, again, a little closet with the baptismal robes for the men. They've added this bathroom within the last couple of years, or it's been a little while, but it wasn't here when Brother Branham was here. So this room was a little bit bigger, but this was also used for the foot washing for the ladies as well. And then they would use it for seating people as well during, when they have the big meetings. So, but yeah, they added a restroom for the ministers, so they wouldn't have to go all the way up front for convenience purposes. So that makes it kind of nice. Now the next is Brother Branham's office, and you can take any pictures. Just we'd ask you not to sit in the chairs or anything like that. We try to preserve everything. It is as original as possible. We haven't changed anything except for maybe the carpet, but everything on the walls, the pictures and all are just how Brother Branham had it when he was here. So you guys can head on in there. Now this picture here on the wall right here was Sister Stuckey wrote the poem, and her son painted the picture. Brother Branham said that he had a real gift, and that if he could, he would like to send him to school to develop that gift. Brother Neville read it to the audience during one of the tapes, one of the services, when they presented it to Brother Branham. It is Brother Branham's original Bible. Now, he had multiple Bibles through the years, but that is one of his. And what he has written there in the flyleaf is we have that incorporated in the Bibles now that we sell at Voice of God Recordings. We have that, and then the pillar of fire picture, and then also some of the prominent scriptures that Brother Branham refers to is all in the Bibles that we have at Voice of God now. the pictures on the wall, you'll hear Brother Branham talk about the picture that's right above the desk, the two deer coming down to the water. He said that the brother was inspired when he painted that picture, and that he really, really liked that picture.
So that's what I'm
Brother McEnroe. He talks about the two deer in the picture. Oh, the Bible. Oh, it's from Brother McEnroe. When he was visiting, like, here? Do you know? I don't know. I mean, I know that the angel of the Lord would come to him, here many times and talk to him and that, but I don't know of a particular spot that he would stand. Now, when he would come, when he was at the pulpit, Brother Branham said that the angel of the Lord would always come to his right. Yeah, would come to his right-hand side, and so that's why he wanted the people to come from that direction, because that's where the angel of the Lord would always come, was to his right, so.
What's the book for? This one, the book.
That one, I am not sure.
The Bible?
The big Bible, yeah.
One of the neighbors from here,
Mm-hmm.
at one time, from what I heard, gave it to him and he just kept it for a keepsake.
Okay, so it's just something that they gave to Brother Branham. Now, above it is the concordance, and I do think that Brother Branham used that
I
concordance.
think he did.
From what I understand, that was his concordance.
Somebody just told us about the Bible, that some of the neighbors here
Somebody
just wanted to give it to him when they moved
Okay.
here or something, I don't remember, but he just said he had it here for a
Okay,
keepsake.
that was one thing I was wanting to see with Brother Billy Paul.
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from? There's a lot of
I forgot
people
who
do.
told me that. I told us that, and Brother Gene Toyman, I remember, but somebody
Okay.
told us that. Mhm. Now, it was mentioned in that Bible, did you say that was his original?
No, it was one of his Bibles.
That
and
was one
I said
of the,
that-
I don't
said
think he,
had
I don't think he
multiple.
ever, preached from that one. He always, the ones he preached from, there's three of them. Those are the voice of God, Brother Joseph has one, I think Brother Billy has one, that's what I heard, so.
Okay. Yeah, I just knew it was, it was his, but, he had multiple.
Yeah, Brother McAnally gave him that one.
Brother McEnroe. It wasn't one that, like he was saying, this wasn't one that he used when he was up preaching on the pulpit, so it wouldn't have been. So, head on out here. And if anybody wants to take any photos or anything, you can. Yeah, if you guys want to take any photos or anything, you guys can go ahead and do that.
Je crois que c'est bon.
It's a good one for the city. Like they used to see.
Chez moi, ça sort comme ça.